So this is Cannizaro Park, which is in Wimbledon. It's actually sited on prehistoric swamplands, and it was a bit of a muggy day when we came. As you can see, typical English summer. It's not always sunny here, and I'm definitely going to come back on a nicer day, and also when I've got more time, because it was going dark and we didn't get to see the whole park, and there's a lot to do here. As you can see, I just went past the teapot fountain, which is supposed to pour water out of the spout, but everything wasn't really working today. This used to be an aviary, but it's empty at the moment, bar a few stuffed birds. So this is Cannizaro House, and it serves as both a hotel and a restaurant and a cafe. It has 46 rooms, it's 4-star, and it actually has been welcoming guests since 1705. It's not always been in the same hands though, and it actually used to be known as Warren House, and it was owned by the Grosvenor and Drax families, who used to let it to a series of wealthy tenants. In 1947, after a series of private owners, it was actually sold to the Wimbledon Borough Council, and the gardens were opened to the public shortly afterwards. It was then used as a nursing home for a short while, until actually the London Borough of Merton sold the house in the 1980s, and it was converted into the hotel that it is today. The gardens, however, do remain in council ownership and are open to the public. I really love this garden. I do think we've struggled a bit with flowers this year in the UK, because we've had one of those summers where it got really, really hot, and now it's quite cold and rainy over the last few weeks, and I think that doesn't really help flowers, but still very, very beautiful here. This lichen was so interesting on this bench. I don't think I've ever seen a bench with this much on. So this is a type of magnolia tree, and I just thought it was so beautiful, and it dropped all these seeds on the floor that I thought really looked like pineal glands, so I took a couple home. So this is the herb garden, and it's a walled garden, and it actually did start with flower beds, and the previous owners put these 2 little dog statues on the beginning. But when the park went into public ownership in 1949, it just became simply too expensive to put bedding plants and to continually keep updating them. So the charity, the Friends of Cannizaro Park, actually raised the funds to change it into a herb garden. So there's a particular emphasis on plants that attract bees and butterflies and various insects, and they purposely use no herbicides. It's actually been inspired by the Physic Garden in Petersfield. So this is a whole bed of different types of thyme. I saw this really cute little duck sitting on her babies. I actually have never seen this before. It was the most adorable thing, and I do think I probably scared them off a little bit by filming, because then they all jumped into the water. Sorry, duck. So this is the Italian garden, and imagine how amazing that pink wall would look on a sunny day. Unfortunately, the weather just wasn't my friend. Look at the size of this fig tree. I have to come back here in summer. It's enormous, oh my god. I love the way I said summer here when it actually is summer. Because the weather is so miserable this week, I actually forget that we're in summer sometimes. These pots are so beautiful. Do you know, I really wish this garden had a few more flowers in some of the planters. I think it actually does struggle budget-wise, and there is a charity that is really trying to help bring back some budget so they can do more things with the park. So here's one of my favourite plants. It's kind of become my favourite ever since Isabella plantation, and it's a gunnera. These are the gunneras. They're actually, I think, one of England's biggest plants. And if you come and look, this one's actually got flowers. Can you see this just here? And there's another one here. I don't think I've ever seen a gunnera's flowers before. Cannizaro Park actually has one of the most diverse collections of trees in Greater London. There's over 200 species of tree in this park. And there's actually over 30 trees here that have been recognised as champions for Greater London. And basically what this means is that they're either the tallest or have the thickest trunks. There's still so much to see here, and it's definitely going to get a follow-up video when the weather turns and I can make it there. And I also want to pay a visit to the pet cemetery, which is a thing in this park.